Hello and welcome back to another Space Engineers Showcase video. In today's video, I am once again taking a look at one of your designs that you have linked me in the comment section of one of my videos. And for today, we're looking at another carrier, another transport ship, and this one is called the I.S.C. Nest, which is this lovely thing right here. Now, I am very fond of this ship. I've gone around it a few times, I've flown it around, done a bit of combat with it, and it's really well made. The interior is not too cramped, it's nice and open and it's got everything you need to survive. Plenty of places to connect up large ships, small ships, and anything else you can think of. Plenty of defense, and it does look great. So pressing F10 and just quickly finding it in the spawn menu, there it is. The I.S.C. Nest is not 39,000 large blocks, oh no. But it does require the decorative block 1 and 2 DLC packs. It has a few scripts and no mods. The ship itself is only 5,592 large blocks. There is a projected table in here, which is probably why it's misrepresenting itself. So we're going to start by taking a look around the outside, then we're going to head on to the interior and play around. Oh, it looks like a drone got too close and has now been blasted. Look at that go. So yes, starting at the very front, we'll start over here where we've got our hangar doors. Now this can fit quite a large ship to get inside our little hangar. We've got plenty of connectors to connect up to, so if you don't have one underneath your ship, you can always try and reverse it up to one of these. We have a little button panel that sits just below there for you to open and close it manually. We've got some lights to make sure you can always see it in the darkness, and some hydrogen thrusters surrounding it. We've got some lovely red digital camouflage skin with some grey, I believe is carbon fibre, yes it is, skin going in between them. We've got some white clean skin that goes all the way around this ship, and as we move around the side we see some more digital camouflage and the start of many turrets. So we've got some Gatling turrets, we've got some rocket turrets that go all the way around the outside, and they have a similar setup where they have stairs leading up to them. The turret sits there and they're surrounded by some red digital camouflage skin. Just below that we've got one which has a hydrogen thruster sitting in the middle. Then as we come in between these turrets we've got some atmospheric thrusters, so we are good to go everywhere. These atmospheric thrusters have been protected by some dark grey carbon fibre skin, and we've got one large atmospheric thruster and two small ones. We've got some lights and a blinking red light which does look fantastic from a distance. It's quite a neat way of hiding the bulky thrusters and their ugly designs. Above that we've got some interior walls and some window blocks which you could use as stairs. They do look great, and they do have something underneath them which does add a little bit. We just come underneath here, we can see just below there where those thrusters are and how that's being kept away from the ground. We can see just behind there some conveyors which is going all the way along for our turrets and hydrogen. As we move along past our rocket turret we come to this bit right here. So we've got some more steps that lead up to some thrusters for our downward thrust, and on the other end of the stairs we've got some parachutes just in case you have a problem while trying to land on a planet. We've got another Gatling turret right there which is being fully connected up by those connectors you see right there. And then some more thrusters and some great block work. Moving along, we've got the same story as the first turret setup, where we've got some stairs leading up to that turret and a thruster down there with some more atmospheric thrusters like we saw before. Except this time we've got a connector that sits on a piston which we can extend with a click of a button in order to connect up to a much larger ship that couldn't dock onto this. So that's how that's been set up, and below is just the same. Moving towards the back of the ship, we've got a large thruster to help with our left and our right, and one final Gatling turret. We just come around to the very back of the ship. This is our main thrust, with a bunch of hydrogen thrusters and a few atmospheric thrusters in case you need that extra push while on a planet. Now the creator of this ship has gone one further and even decorated it with some interior lights. Unnecessary interior lights, but they do add quite a lot, such as the ones that sit down here. There is no reason to have them, it's not like it's a bus stop or anything, but it's there just for some more decoration and it's very good. If I just come around the top there, we've got our first landing pad for a small ship to connect up to. We've got some blinking red lights and some more lovely block work. We come over to here, which is going towards our bridge. We have a doorway to get in and out and a button panel just above it to control the lights. If we move around to here, I will go around the top in just a bit. Come past some blast door edges over to our bridge, which has a logo on it. We can see below there windows to see right inside. Then as we come all the way around, we got some more DLC window blocks to allow us to see inside. Some transparent LCD screens right there, which have been very well done. And over here we've got another doorway to lead into our bridge. A laser antenna sits just above that, and behind us we've got another landing pad for a much larger ship that may need a run up to take off or to land. As for the top of our bridge, this is what it looks like. It looks really good, doesn't it? It reminds me of one of those destroyer bridges that you see in a lot of large boats and stuff. I think it's destroyers that have them. Never mind. You get the idea. It's a very nice bridge, nice big and open, with plenty of seats and a lot of stuff set up for you to play around with. Along at the top there, we can see our digital camouflage skin once again, and some more white clean blocks and another antenna. Very good. So we should just come and pop down underneath this, so past the hangar. This is what we get. It's got some nice blockwork underneath here, a lot of raised stuff which goes along to these turrets. We've got some more fancy blockwork with our digital camouflage that's been set in. Got some more hydrogen thrusters, some more connectors. Over here is where our landing gear are. They're a little bit away. Might be a problem with those turrets, but I think they will just simply clip through the ground if they were to hit it. Yes, over here we've got our landing gear with some more lovely blockwork, some large hydrogen thrusters to make sure we can take off on the planet. And towards the front, we've got some rocket turrets with another connector and one more large hydrogen thruster with two more landing gear towards the back. Fantastic setup with a lot of detail. So now it's time for me to get into my character, then we can go on the inside, which will look even better. So we have a few ways where we can go. I think we'll just come through this door here because it's nice and easy. So above us we've got some buttons, like there, lights on and off and all that, but let's just hide all them. And come through the door. So we've got our auto door and airlock script, so we can't open this until the one behind us has closed, and it will automatically close behind us. And this is the first room that greets us. It's a small recreation area where we can gear up, have some food, and do whatever. Another button panel there to control the lights, our DLC planter. We've got some tables there to eat your food or have a little sit down. Here is our kitchen block to make your food, our contracts vendor and our store which has been hidden away by these passages, and then we've got our vending machine to buy some food. There we are. Food, I meant drink. Give me that clan cola. Over on the opposite side, we got ourselves our proper medical bay to respawn on, and through this doorway, we got ourselves a toilet. No shower setup in this one, it's simply a toilet. That doesn't really matter. On the opposite side, we got our armory locker to gear up in. Then coming around to here, we've got a few ways where we can go. So if we come round and go up to here, this will take us to our bridge, which we'll return to towards the end, where we've got a lot of stuff going on. These seats going around the side and on the opposite side have all been set up to do stuff. So this seat over here will be to control the hangar and will tell you what is connected. This seat over here is to control the Gatling guns manually, and this one over here will also control them manually, and we can switch them off if we wanted to. Behind us, we've got another little chair to have a battle discussion if you wanted to, and behind that, we've got some more armory lockers to gear up in. Coming around to the opposite side, we've got exactly the same setup where we control the hangar, and on this side, we can control the Gatling guns once again. And behind us, our table and our lockers. In the middle here, we've got some LCD screens telling you everything about your ship, and a projector table right here with some chairs around it for an even better battle plan table. And this is our flight seat to control everything. Coming back down, because we'll have to return to here a bit later on. Coming all the way around to here, I think I haven't missed out anything in this room. I did. The door to the opposite side, but also look at that air vent. Look how flush that is. Really well done. Air vents can be quite an awkward block to hide away, because you generally want it to be flush with the ceiling, but it doesn't always let you unless you're using the half blocks. Anyway, through this door, we've got, once again, a auto door. There we are, and we come to our rear pad with our blinking lights. Coming back through, we once again have a button panel up there to control the lights. And then coming through here, we can then head down to the ship. And then coming down here, this looks a lot bigger than it actually does on the outside, doesn't it? It's very well done. But we have a few ways where we can go. So over here is an LCD screen telling us where we are. So first floor is the cryo bay, we then have reactor, our landing pad, and then our flight control. Oh, there must be a drone nearby. Anyway, coming down here, we can open up this. Coming through here, This is where our heart of the ship is, where our hydrogen tanks are, where our reactors are, and our refineries and all that. So over here we've got our large hydrogen tanks that have got an LCD screen on there to clearly label how much hydrogen is got inside it, which is very nice. As we look around there, we can see the O2H2 generators and all that. So just walking around, we've got our half stairs that come all the way down to our refineries, and just walking around here, easy access to those conveyors, another button to turn on the hydrogen tanks and the hydrogen engines, and a button over there which does the same. We can then leave this area. Which way did we come through? Ah yes, this one. So over here, we then have an access to the refinery, so if we want to build stuff, or if we want to put resources in, we can access this, and then just go and build stuff if we wanted to. And there we are. And coming out of there, out of this door, we can then head down further into the ship. So opening that up once again, and opening that, we can just come down to here, we've got a button for the lights. Then coming through this doorway over here, we come to our dorm, which is going to be our cryo bay area. So over here we've got a lovely setup, our lovely medical bay with 3 cryopods on both sides. We have our MRI machines, got a little desk there with some plants in front of it, and a button to control the lights. So on the opposite side we've got the same, and we can see the tops of the oxygen tanks up there to make sure we're not going to run out anytime soon. And we do have an LCD screen above there to tell you the exact amount in there and the exact amount of ice. And then in between each cryopod we've got a cargo container. So just coming around to here and heading through here, we can head into our hangar. Double door once again for the airlock. This is what we get. A nice big hangar with plenty of places to connect up to. Some cargo freights over here to put a few bits and bobs in, like ammunition, a gun, or maybe even a welding tool or a grinder. And on the opposite side we've got the same, and this is what we get. Nice little hangar, lots of detail, and some button panels over here to open and close everything if you wanted to. So when you open up, we get an alarm sound and red blinking lights thanks to those rotating lights, and it will open up, and we'll continue to do so until we close it. So coming over to here, pressing that, we'll start to close it up, and then that will all return back to normal. On our left and our right, we've got a small cargo access where this one is for our components, and on the opposite side is for our ingots, and it'll get sent to wherever it needs to go. Above our door and near our sound block, we've got some more LCD screens telling us everything about our ship, so everything in the inventory, and then we've got our tools, we've got our oxygen, we've got our ammunition and all that. Now just to double check before we go back to the bridge and fly this thing around, come through that doorway like so. I think I did miss out a room, we've been through that door. Ah yes, we have these over here. So on our left and our right, on our little stairwell part, we do have an armory to gear up in if we need to, and it comes with ammunition, guns, welder, grinder and a drill, which is very nice. And it's the same on the opposite side. And with that all said and done, I think it's time to head up to our bridge and fly it around. So coming all the way around to here, getting into our seat, we've got a few options. So number 1 will be to open up our hangar at the front. The red lights will start and our sound will also start. Pressing number 2 will close that all up and return back to normal. Number 3 will be to put our landing gear on and off. Number 4 to unlock or lock it. Number 5 is for our parachutes if we really needed that. Number 6 for our ore detector. 7 antenna. 8 is for our atmospheric thrusters, which we can turn off to save a bit of power. And number 9 is for our hydrogen thrusters. On tab number 2 we've got all our connectors going around the ship, so we can turn them on and off or disconnect them. On tab number 3 we then got our connectors on the side, so if I come around to here, press number 1, it will start to extend out, and then we've got the same options as the previous tab, where we can turn them on and off and disconnect them. On tab number 4 we then got our jump drives, where we can jump up to 1,301 kilometers, which is very good. And then we have some more controls for the jump drives, but I don't need to touch them. On tab number 5 we then got manual controls over the Gatling guns and whether to turn them on or off. On tab number 6 we once again got some more Gatling turrets to control. On tab number 7 we then got our rocket turrets to control manually. Tab number 8 we then got our oxygen vents on and off, our O2H2 generator, our hydrogen tank and our oxygen tanks. I think that's the most tabs ever used by a ship actually. Anyway, now it's time to fly this thing around. So going forward, we got plenty of speed, and then stopping, we seem to be well balanced with that. You do have to make sure there is enough room between you and your target, because it doesn't stop instantly like some smaller ships. Going left and going right, we've got some good speed on there for a large ship. Going down and going up are very different. So going down is slower than everything else, and going up is much faster than everything else, which I suppose makes sense. If you're carrying a lot of heavy ships inside yourself, you want to be able to pull away from an atmosphere. So wiggling my mouse around, we've got a nice lot of control over it. There's a bit of weight on there, but it's not too overbearing and enough for us to make some precise aiming. So let's now go and finish this video by crashing it into an asteroid over here. There might be another raider coming over to us, maybe. I think he's a bit far away, so we will just slam ourselves into this asteroid. So here we go. This is the view from the first person. And smash. Look at that go. And then reversing away. This is what we get. And look at that. There must be a projector somewhere on this ship. I don't think I saw one when I did my test, and I'm pretty sure I didn't see any controls for a projector unless I completely missed it. But there we are. So if you did take damage and have an auto repair system on this ship, you can just fully repair this thing up without ruining its original design. But anyway, the I.S.C Nest is a fantastic ship to play around with, and a link to it will be in the description below if you did want to play around with it yourself. I highly recommend you do, because it's a nice carrier to play with. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back with another Space Engineers video some point soon. Bye bye.